Good day to all, dear friends. I am glad to welcome everyone. Someone has a good evening, someone has a good morning, someone probably has a good afternoon. Allow me to introduce myself, Elena Kozlova, obstetrician-gynecologist, nutritionist, ultrasound diagnostics specialist, health coach. Today we have met again on a good occasion, because for me the release of these incredible new products is an important event. You have no idea how much I've been waiting for the products to come out that you and I will be going over in detail today, discussing their benefits. These are Intilia pads that the company has launched, for day and night use. Most recently, we met and talked about Intilia panty liners, what they are for, what their advantages are and for what purpose they are used. We figured out that information. Today we have met on a wonderful occasion. When I heard about the company releasing a new product and exactly what it concerns us women, because I'm also a woman, just a woman like you. Plus, I am the mother of a teenage girl, and I can say that, of course, we really need it. Why, you ask? Because Greenway Global cares as much as possible not only about women's health but also about the environmental friendliness of the environment. We need to understand what we apply in our lives and why we do it. Let me remind you that every average woman uses a huge number of pads during her life. The average woman uses 8 to 30 pads in one cycle, depending on how much discharge she may have. We are talking, of course, not only about the discharge that goes during menstruation. We are talking about those discharges during ovulation, during flights, travel. We use pads when we use any medications, remedies, suppositories. There are many situations and even indications for use when we need them. And we need, of course, to protect the most intimate place we have. All my patients know about this, by the way, they know and practice, use my advice. Yesterday, one of the patients sent me just a short post that today I will meet with you. Of course, I am very pleased, and many women work with you in the company. And once I was asked who I was by profession, and I told my little daughter that I was a female doctor. That's just the same female doctor, gynecologist determines and solves the very issues that relate to the intimate sphere. I bring you to what I will talk about today. To our topic of the day. Let's think about what products and goods are present in mass market, conventional shops. On the mass market, of course, there is a huge number of products that contain plastic, which consist of refined petroleum products. Let me remind you that everything that manufacturers tell us about breathing, comfortable, favorable, and so on is not always true. If we read the smallest font that is indicated on the packaging, we will see with you what the gaskets actually consist of. First, cotton, which is bleached. It is bleached and the products that are obtained in the process of bleaching with chlorine, we get the decay product dioxin. Dioxin is the most powerful ecotoxicant that exists in nature. As soon as the pad comes into contact with the body, it begins to stand out, the vapors come out, it comes into contact with the intimate area and causes irritation. Someone causes an allergic reaction, someone causes a state of dysbiosis on the part of the vagina, someone has candidiasis. Patients walk in a vicious circle. It is especially unpleasant when women come and talk about their discomfort, itching, burning, pain. You take tests, and the test results are perfect. There is an imitation of these pathological conditions, and the patient feels bad. It turns out that we do not have to treat, but we have to treat, as it were. And the problem actually lies in low-quality pads. Because the protective layer that we are told about, this waterproof layer, which is present in most pads, it just creates a greenhouse effect. And the number of microbes that we contain, we are absolutely not sterile, we have every part of the body contains opportunistic flora. This greenhouse effect causes bacteria to multiply and itching, burning, irritation occurs. Plus dyes and fragrances that are present in the composition. And there is a huge number of diseases that, unfortunately, can lead to disruption of the pelvic organs, to a weakening of general immunity and even to infertility. That is, synthetic pads, which we, women, are forced to use, because we simply cannot do without them, lead to such consequences. If we think back to the period 30 years ago, how our grandmothers, great-grandmothers and even our mothers were uncomfortable. Now I come to this wonderful product from my point of view. From the point of view of a gynecologist. When I was told that Intilia day and night pads were already on sale, I was very happy. Because most of my patients, they are already in reserve, they are already waiting for this. What are the advantages here? What are the benefits of pads that have appeared in the range of Greenway Global? We recall that Greenway Global cares about women's health. So that a woman is as comfortable as possible, so that she is protected as much as possible, so that her health is at the proper, competent, highest level. And, of course, the company cares about the environment. What we're talking about is synthetic gaskets made from refined petroleum products that are on the shelves of pharmacies and regular shops. They decompose for up to 500 to 800 years. Think about this figure, what damage we cause to the environment. And on the other hand, there is a product that an advanced company offers us. This is exactly the composition that I will now describe to you. Just look, the company is so careful about the environment, because everything that is contained here, it is biodegradable as quickly as possible. Let's start with daytime pads for critical days. Why are they good at these Intilia pads? We'll take a look at it now. I'll be opening the package so you can see what the day pads look like too. So, this is our night pad, we will talk about it later. We will now talk about the day pad. It looks like this. What is their advantage? The basis of this pad is wood pulp. It absorbs everything that needs to be absorbed as comfortably as possible. It is very quickly degradable, it does not harm the environment. This is a very important point. The surface absorbent layer is cotton. I have already told you this. Cotton, which is used by the company in the production of pads, is hypoallergenic, it absorbs perfectly, it does not give discomfort, does not create a greenhouse effect. That is, it is as comfortable as possible, does not cause irritation, does not cause itching. It is as comfortable as possible for the most delicate skin and the intimate area as a whole. I'm going to show you the gasket now so you can see better. Here is the very innovation that the company has made in the production of Intilia pads. This is a chitinous insert. What does chitin do? Chitin itself has a high absorbent capacity, in addition to the fact that it absorbs well, it has antibacterial properties, protective properties, does not allow the reproduction of opportunistic flora, which we have present on the external genitalia. Next is a protective film, with absorbent components. It consists of corn and potato starch. This is such a good pad. It has adhesive wings that allow you to securely fix the pad to your underwear. The size of the day pad Intilia is 23 by 7 centimeters. And it is as comfortable as possible. The package contains 4 to 6 drops, in a pack of 10 pads. Here are excellent pads, from the point of view of a gynecologist. I want to start using it myself, because it is as comfortable as possible. The company has thought through all the moments of the leak so much. Miraculously. I remind you that the pad must be changed every 3 hours. Therefore, when you use the pad, after 3 hours it must be changed, even if it is not full. Here. Let's move on to the next pads. These are Intilia night pads. I'm delighted with the way the company thought it all out. You can see that the size of the night pad is different from the size of the day pad. Her insert is different. Let's see what's here. It is possible that you have already read about the composition. The composition of the night pad includes a bamboo charcoal insert. It has a high absorbent effect. This is what will protect you as much as possible from night leaks. At night we sleep and do not get up every 3 hours, and we need to provide ourselves with maximum comfort, maximum safety. At the heart of night pads is the same wood pulp. It is environmentally friendly, comfortable. It does not cause irritation. And the same protective cotton and hypoallergenic effect, good absorbency and effect that protects against leakage, does not create a greenhouse effect. The most important thing is that there is no greenhouse effect, especially in the intimate area. Next comes the bamboo charcoal insert. It has an antibacterial, disinfecting properties. The gasket is hypoallergenic, it does not cause irritation of the external genitalia. Actually, this is what we strive for and what we care about. And the same composition, waterproof film, which consists of corn and potato starch. The manufacturer of the gaskets is well thought out for the absorbency zone. Such pads are easy to learn to use even for teenage girls. When girls are faced with critical days, they do not listen to us. By virtue of the nature, by virtue of the intimacy of the issue. They start listening to girlfriends, they start watching videos on the internet, they don't always listen to their moms. And when teenage girls start using pads, they say it's uncomfortable, and start throwing it away. I remember how my daughter, when faced with critical days, threw away a whole package of pads for 10 to 15 minutes, because she was uncomfortable. I want to note, as a woman, as a doctor, to say that the comfort of wearing depends on the quality of the protective layer. This pad will not slip, it is firmly fixed. The side wings are also fixed as much as possible and protect the underwear from leaks. I am delighted with how well thought out the fullness system is. And additional protection against leaks. From the point of view of an ordinary woman, an ordinary user, I can say that I have never seen the best pads in my life. Over the years, I've seen a huge number of pads and, of course, to me. Like any woman, I want to find the ones that I will use, that I can recommend to my patients. I can say that these pads are 100%, I will recommend them to my patients because they are the best. That's great. Natural composition, shape, wings for fixation. It's great, because the company cares about women. Most of us gynecologists care about the health, the quality of life of each patient. Patients who come to see me think about how to improve the quality of their health, how to minimize various risks and changes in the intimate area. They want to live in comfort even on critical days. With Intilia pads, we can improve the quality of life and improve the health of the woman. We can say that we will influence the demographic situation if we prevent infertility. We make our own choice, so let's not use refined petroleum products. Let's use natural ingredients that contain a gasket. In this way we will take care of the health of both women and the health of the environment. I thank the company for these products, Intilia pads, Intilia day and night pads. This is a huge breakthrough in the market. A breakthrough that will affect the situation as a whole. You will carry this product to people, it is very important, you can safely talk about what gynecologists recommend and you recommend. You are ambassadors who improve the quality of life of most people. First of all, of course, yourself and your loved ones. This is truly valuable. Many thanks. I am ready to answer your questions if you have them. The topic is very important, it concerns every woman. Thank you for your feedback. The question can be asked, where are the comments? The very first question I will voice is, what is the cost? You need to follow the announcements, it will definitely be indicated. How many pieces are in a package? Day pads of 10 pieces in each package, night pads of 8 pieces in a package. Thanks again for your kind words in the comments. It's very nice to get such feedback. I'm reading and rejoicing. I hope there are some among the listeners who have experienced the benefits of these pads already. With wings? Yes, they have wings. Take a look. Each pad has wings on both sides of the pad. Here they are wings so you can see. Day pads and night pads have wings. You will be able to appreciate the convenience and reliability of these products when you order them. It's one thing to talk, it's quite another to experience it firsthand. Everyone's body anatomy is different, but these wings hold the pad securely to the underwear, which protects against leaking. The size of the Intilia pads is a day pad of 22.5 by 7 cm, and a night pad of 28 by 7 cm. The size is as comfortable as possible, taking into account if a woman has absolutely normal critical days, in terms of blood loss does not exceed the permissible norm, then this night pad will be enough for you at night. If there are any changes in pelvic diseases such as endometriosis, such as hydroplastic processes, of course you will use more than one pad, and at night you will use 2 to 3. If there are any problems and diseases of the pelvic organs, it is necessary to see a doctor, do not postpone it. Can Intilia pads be used by teenagers? They need to be recommended. Women, girls, if you care about your health, you will first of all take care of the health of those closest to you, of course, children and teenagers. Therefore, if your children, girls, begin to menstruate, you can safely recommend and say that these are the best gaskets. There is nothing on the market today, this is my personal favorite. Based on composition data and research in product development. Take good care of your daughters. How dangerous or harmful is it to use menstrual cups? There are clients who refuse to use gaskets. My dear women, everything is individual, each person has the right to choose. If you are specialists, if you are doctors, you can explain what the pros and cons are. I am always for naturalness. If a person is comfortable, if he flies, is on the road, he has every right to apply what he is comfortable with. After all, the choice is up to every woman. Today we are talking about pads, we are talking about the fact that we care about the health of the intimate area and the body as a whole. It's scary to imagine what's in the menstrual cups. I can tell you that not all patients can use menstrual cups. Not everyone is comfortable with it. The percentage of application, if you take gaskets, then gaskets are used by about 80% of women. Everyone else begins to look for some other means. Perhaps something is not quite environmentally friendly, and if you want to hear more, you can come to the gynecologist's appointment. The doctor will tell you. In my opinion, it is more convenient to use gaskets, due to ease of use and hygiene. Changing pads involves much less action and moments compared to menstrual cups. Let me remind you that Intilia pads are with a chitinous insert, and night pads are with a bamboo charcoal insert. See that I tell you correctly, the bamboo charcoal insert in the night, in the day pads is chitin. For night pads, you need a more absorbent effect, that is, it takes more on itself, that is, with this you walk during the day, but with this you can sleep at night, so it is more enhanced. It will absorb more. There are comments from listeners that the composition of the gaskets is very good. It is. I already have a lot of people who want to start using Intilia pads. When I made an announcement on daily pads, put myself in status and in my Telegram channel, I received a huge number of calls and messages. Women began to ask where they could buy them. Therefore, be sure to order and try. There was a comment that the gaskets have an excellent size. You asked a question about tampons from Greenway Global. I won't say anything, you are waiting for announcements. Comment about tampons, this is not good for health. We can discuss this topic, but this is not today. The cost of Intilia pads, see the news on the website. And comments about gynecologists. Gynecologists are good friends of all women. A gynecologist will not advise bad. They sent a comment that underwear, thongs and tampons were banned 20 years ago. I don't allow thongs for my patients either. If they say, it's beautiful, it's comfortable, I say, okay, then we carry 2 to 3 pieces of panties with us and I strongly recommend changing them every 2 to 3 hours. I will not discuss about tampons, everything is individual and sometimes there are times when we have to apply, but today I'm talking about pads. I get comments on the composition. Cotton is not bleached, natural, not bleached with chlorine, it will not contain decay products, does not contain fragrances and dyes, everything is reduced to the fact that there are as few negative moments as possible. Of course, there are individual intolerances, there is such a thing, everything is perfect, everything is comfortable, but there is individual intolerance. I can tell you that there were no negative moments on the daily Intilia pad from any of my patients. I believe that there will be no negative aspects here either. Yes, that's right, pathogenic flora does not multiply. Someone here has already posted a post that this is wonderful. I completely agree with you. Yes, I agree that thongs can lead to an increase in the likelihood of disease. In women, the anatomically small distance from the rectum, from the anus to the vagina, to the entrance to the vagina. And we can sometimes have a migration of flora from the intestine to the vagina. Why does opportunistic flora sometimes appear? The same bacteria that normally should live in the intestines enter the vagina. Thus, the percentage of various vaginitis, calpitus, inflammatory diseases increases. They are in the vagina, can rise higher. I'm telling you how various diseases of the pelvic organs can occur. Up to the inflammation of the traits. This is how the infection can go. This can lead to infertility as a complication of post-inflammatory diseases. How long does it take for a used gasket to decompose? I can't say the exact date. I can say that all natural products decompose within a year. As far as I know. Therefore, they decompose quickly. You can take it and see how it goes. Is the pad breathing? Of course, it allows air to pass through. A question about panty liners. Today we have an announcement about pads that are used in menstruation. About daily panty liners, you can watch a video recording of a live broadcast on YouTube. And you can listen. Intilia pads do not have aromatization. Further questions. Comment from the listener. No gynecologist has ever told me that pads can cause such harm. Believe me, gynecologists may not know this. There are gynecologists, especially women, they look for information and find. Any woman will first of all improve her quality of life. If she knows how to improve her quality of life, she will be able to improve the quality of life of her patients. I can say that I am a female gynecologist. Naturally, I care about the health of my female patients. Male gynecologists, of course, will not delve into such information. But they will also be interested in it if they study. I believe that not the surgeon who performed the operation well, but the surgeon who did not bring it to the operation. Most gynecologists, surgeons, are men. Naturally, a good gynecologist surgeon, a man, he will take care that a woman is not brought to the operating table. It will minimize all risks for the patient, which can lead to deterioration. Her well-being, intimate health. Comment from the listener. Good pads. I totally agree. You yourself answer each other in the chat. Prompt. It's wonderful. Tell me, please, is the sticky layer very durable? I'll show you, it must be seen. I glue as much as possible. Can you hear the sound? The same adhesive layer for the Intilia day pad. Like surgeons when they seal. The stickiness is very high. I am sure that the gasket will not slide on the laundry. So, dear friends. Well. How can a speaker know the prices? No, the speaker doesn't know the price, that's for sure. I won't say the thickness of the gaskets exactly, if you look, about 5 mm. Pretty thin, but durable. All gynecologists, obstetricians, are able to determine the size in centimeters, because they see newborn babies and immediately determine their height in centimeters. I can say that the thickness of the day pad is about 5 mm and 5–6 mm thickness of the night pad. If you look, feel the layer. 5 to 6 mm. Perhaps I will be a little mistaken. Manufacturers who took part in the launch of this product will write to you and you will know exactly how many millimeters. Approximately, I hope I was not mistaken, about 5 mm. Yes, potato and cornstarch. That's right, a sticky layer. How glad I am that we had such a virtual conversation today. And our product is wonderful. I think it's amazing. You can see for yourself how much I'm really enjoying our meeting today because I'm an experimenter today. You and I have a focus on good pads, which is characterized by quality material, natural composition. My goal is to convey to you the importance of the most careful attitude to the most delicate, sensitive, intimate zone of the female half of humanity. Of course, first of all, the care concerns women's health and beauty. On the other hand, we must not forget the environmental aspect. The company treats the ecology of the environment with special trepidation. I'll see if there are still questions or not. Wow, how many positive reviews and enthusiasm on your part. Yes, you will be waiting for the start of sales of new Intilia day and night pads. I thank you all too. I'm glad you liked it. I really hope that this product will be in great demand among all women. I myself have experienced great pleasure in communicating with you today. I will also be waiting for the opportunity to buy and start using the new Intilia pads. I will definitely tell my patients, subscribers of the Telegram channel about your new product, which will appear. And, of course, I will post the ambassadors I work with. I will tell everyone who listens to me, sees me, follows the news on social networks. Patients who have been coming to me for many years. There are female patients who have been coming to see me for 21 years. I get great pleasure from my work. I thank Greenway Global for helping us improve the quality of life. Thank you for your time, close attention and active feedback. Elena Kozlova was with you. I was glad to share this information with you. Thank you, dear listeners. Take care of yourself and the planet with Greenway Global.